Hi everyone, my name is Shauna in case you didn't know, and welcome back to another video. So welcome to video 3 of my 4 hauls that I'm doing for my Los Angeles trip. This one is the Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood haul. So I found out about the Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood because some cosplayers that I follow posted that they went to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, and I was like, oh, I didn't know they had one of those in Hollywood. I went to the one in the UK when I was a teen, so I was really excited that they have one in Hollywood, and especially since they have more Harry Potter stuff there. Now, if you want to go see the vast majority of the Harry Potter stuff that you can find in museums and on display, you're gonna have to go to the one in the UK. The Harry Potter section is very small at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood. However, there was still some cool stuff, and you can see a lot of pictures of it over on my Instagram. I have a story highlight pinned on my Instagram that you can check. I also have some posts that I either have already made or will be making about the studio tour. I believe I have a total of like 12 or something different main feed posts I'm going to be making over time. I know my mom had a lot of fun on the tour because there's a lot of Friends stuff there. I knew that she watched Friends. I found that out when the Friends reunion came out. I did not know how big of a Friends fan she was, so she seemed really excited to see all the Friends stuff, which made me really happy. When you go on the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in Hollywood as opposed to the one in the UK, you go on a cart around different studios that are actively filming. And so because of that, if you go during a filming day, normally the weekdays, you have a chance of seeing celebrities, which is really exciting. I didn't see any celebrities because I went on a Sunday. However, my tour guide was in WandaVision episode 3. He was the ice cream guy. He ended the tour with, "I'm sorry you didn't see any celebrities today, but you were sitting with a celebrity in your cart right here. You were sitting with the ice cream guy from WandaVision episode 3, and my mom snapped a photo as he said that. Anyways, let's get on into the items. So I'm going to start off with the pictures. We bought the picture pack. So we were selecting which pictures we wanted because we didn't want all the pictures, right? And we selected like 5 or something, and it was only $10 more to get the whole package of pictures, including the videos. The videos will be at the end. Well, it's only going to be my video. I'm not going to include my mom's video of her doing the broom thing because I know that she's not the biggest fan of the pictures and videos of her on the broom. I also am not going to show her individual pictures on the broom because I know that she's not the biggest fan of those ones. However, I will just like show you the back so that you can keep track of like how many photos you exactly get if you buy the whole photo package. Now, when you do the pictures, you have to choose between the DC route or the Harry Potter route. You cannot do both. I did ask if I can do both. You can't do both. The DC route, you're riding a vehicle. I believe it's like I don't know if it's the Batmobile. I don't know, I'm not as well versed in DC as I am with Harry Potter. And then you get pictures with capes at the end. The Harry Potter version, you get basically riding on a broom, and then after you are done riding on your broom, you get some green screen photos with like the Ministry of Magic in the background, Patronuses, and things like that. If you like DC, I'm sure it would be a great option to choose the DC option. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so that's what we did. You also take your photos professionally with the Big Bang Theory couch, which is really exciting for me because I grew up watching Big Bang Theory with my family, and we got over to that couch and I low-key rushed past my mom and I'm like, I'm getting Sheldon's spot because Sheldon is very relatable to me, unfortunately. I hate how many similarities the two of us have. And then we got pictures on the Friends couch. So with the Friends couch too, I do want to say there's the Friends couch that's like a replica. I don't think it's the exact Friends couch, but if you wait later, it won't be a professional photo, it will just be taken on your phone. There is a Friends couch that isn't like a soft couch, so I sort of hurt my legs sitting on it. I tried to plop down easily, but then I hurt my legs plopping down on it because they're like, don't plop down really hard, so I didn't. At least I thought I didn't, but then it hurt. That couch is not a normal couch, like it's made of a different material, but the Friends cast sat on it for the reunion, so yeah, you can sit on the same place that those actors' bums sat on, which I did, which feels very weird to say. Okay, anyways, without further ado, let's get into the pictures, and then, you know what, I'm gonna include the video of me on the broom after I show the pictures, and I'm gonna warn you right now, it is so awkward. It is so awkward. I knew it would be awkward because I've seen videos of people doing it and it looked awkward, and it was so awkward to film, and then I watched the video back and I'm like, oh my god, that's awkward. I am one of the most awkward people you will ever meet in your life, so if I think that a situation or an activity is awkward, it's probably really awkward, like more so than a normal awkward thing because I'm awkward all the time, you know? Anyways, let's open these pictures and take a peek. So it came in this little bag right here. And then we have the pictures in here. I believe they're separated in Big Bang Theory and Friends and one in Harry Potter and the other. Let's see what we open first. We are opening Harry Potter first. Here is what the green screen looks like. That is it a Bat motorcycle? I don't know. I don't know that much about Batman, if I'm being honest. So there's the DC option of the like moving one, but then there is just a plain green screen that you take pictures in. And here is the Harry Potter one where you're on the broom. And our pictures are in here. Okay, let's get into this. We've got me on the broom with the night bus. This one's probably one of my favorites. My mom and I at the Ministry of Magic. I felt like with this wig, sometimes the green screen didn't look great, and I felt like with these standing photos, the green screen really made my hair look green. I thought this one was cute. It's us with a Patronus in the background. My mom in Quidditch. My mom in Quidditch. Another one of my mom in Quidditch. And then here's me on the Quidditch pitch. They just use the same pose for all the different backgrounds for Quidditch. Me with Hogwarts. And this final one I really like. So those are all the Harry Potter ones that you get, and then the video will be right here. Now that you've seen the video, let's look at the other pictures from Friends and Big Bang Theory. Friends and Big Bang Theory, it is much lighter because there isn't as much in here. The receipts in here, I can tell you the prices. To get all of the pictures and videos, it is... Oh, this is a summer special. Never mind, I take that back. Apparently it's not always this price. We paid $123.15 plus $12.62 for all of this. The 5 photos or 6 photos or whatever that we wanted would have been just $10 cheaper, so we were like, why not get all of them, you know? And you get digital downloads of all of them. I'm not going to include all of the digital downloads here, but you'll eventually see those probably over on my Instagram. You have 45 days to download after you buy them. Let's open this up. So I didn't really manage to get my wand captured on camera, but I was pointing at the comic book with my wand here. And we're smiling. And Friends. I say anticlimactically because I haven't seen Friends. We're like pointing to the camera here with a teacup and one more Big Bang Theory one. I think my mom got solo pics on the Friends couch too, but I think they weren't professional. Let me count how many photos there are really quickly to give you an estimate of how many photos and videos you get for this price. So we got 15 photos and 2 videos for that price. I don't know if it was worth it or not. I think it was worth it. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But like, if you go to like say Universal or Disney, you're gonna be paying high prices as well for the ride photos and for the photo pass photos, so it's part of a tourist attraction, you know, it is what it is. But I like these ones. I might get a couple of them framed to hang up around my house. Now the store at the end, so there's a Friends store in the middle, and I just got something to drink there. My mom got lunch there, and there's just like Friends stuff, but again, I haven't seen Friends. Should I watch Friends? Is this my sign to watch Friends? Because I feel like it should be my sign to watch Friends. Anyways, I was most excited for this. The merch. This is the wrong bag. Spoiler alert, I guess, for the next video where I'm doing a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child haul. I just assumed that because these were both paper, you know, I probably got my merch in here and the photos probably were never in this bag. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Logistically, my brain's trying to work out how this happened. It doesn't matter at all in the long run. So there's a lot more than just Harry Potter merch. So like you could buy other stuff. Like I was tempted to buy a White Lotus stuff, but then I was like, my favorite character in season 3 was ruined by an incest plotline. Do I really want to be walking around wearing stuff from the incest show? Like that's where my brain went. Anyways, yeah, I just bought Harry Potter stuff. There's like DC stuff, and in the shop itself and right outside of the shop there is costumes that you don't see on the rest of the tour. Like there is Quidditch uniforms that Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint wore, and there is the Flash's suit, my favorite one of his suits by the way. There is Supergirl's suit and Arrow's suit from the CW show, so there's a lot to see there. So it's still like another part of the museum, I feel like, even though it's technically like a shop. So if you've seen my Universal Studios haul, you would know that I did not get a wand when I was at Universal Studios this time, and I probably won't get any for a while unless I go to Florida and buy the new interactive wands, because they don't really sell many characters as normal wands anymore. They're trying to get everyone to buy the interactive ones, so I was really sad about that. But I heard that at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, they have the same merchandise as in the parks, but for cheaper. I don't know. I'd have to compare the prices, but I got a wand. I'm so excited that I got a wand. This was $38. So this was the wand that I was wanting to get when I was at Universal Studios, and then I found out that they only do interactive for most wands now. So I got George Weasley's wand. I cosplay him. I also am going to be doing another version of him soon, because if you have seen my Universal Studios haul, I got George's Christmas sweater. So here we go. We're just going to peel that back. Here is what his wand looks like. I never prioritized getting his wand, and the reason why is because the original interactive wands they had at Universal, one of the options looked very similar to this, and I was like, if I get chosen at Ollivanders and I get the wand that looks essentially like his, like, I wouldn't bother buying his. But then I did get finally chosen for an interactive wand when I went to Universal in Florida last year, and I got one that was completely unique. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy it, especially since I cosplay George. It only seems fitting. Also, my favorite one is Fred, but I prefer George's wand so much. I hate Fred's wand. It doesn't seem comfortable to hold, but I love George's so much. I paid $38 for this, as I said. I'm so happy to have this, and I can't wait to do another version of George soon. And then I got another prop for cosplay, and this time I got Tom Riddle's diary. This was $34.95. Here, I'm going to peel off the sticker now. So this would be the front, and then his name is on the back. I cosplay Ginny Weasley. I had to get it. I had to get it. Also, if Bonnie goes to a con that I go to at any point, because I've seen her at a couple cons, if she goes to another con that I'm going to, I want her to sign this. Like, I can get it like right there. I think it would be cool. Maybe I should do the middle of the book. I don't know. But I feel like it would be cool to get this signed by Bonnie Wright. But yes, have this now for when I cosplay Ginny again. And the final thing that I got is a shirt. At Universal, I didn't really prioritize getting a shirt this time. I normally do. I don't know. I feel like with the Universal shirts, I feel like I've seen most of the designs or similar ones like it with the Harry Potter stuff, but I found one that I didn't see, at least while I was in Universal this time, that I really liked, and this one was $24.95, which is not bad for a shirt, especially when it comes to officially licensed Harry Potter merch. And Universal, probably the t-shirts would be more expensive, because from my various times I bought t-shirts from Universal, they have been more expensive. So this is the one that I got. It's just advanced potion making. It has some little vials on there. I love this one. I love me a good black t-shirt, and I love the unique design. I love the potion aesthetic a lot, especially when it comes to like merchandise and stuff. Like, it's so perfect. I love it so much. So yeah, those were basically everything I got at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in Hollywood. My haul for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will be coming up next, and then that will be the end of my haul videos for my Los Angeles trip. I feel like I'm doing too many haul videos for my Los Angeles trip, but I also have this pet peeve where, like, sometimes I hyperfixate on Wizarding World of Harry Potter hauls in specific, or on Disneyland hauls. And when I hyperfixate on those, like, my brain just wants to see those, and I get annoyed when like other things are like put in. Like, if people were to do Universal Studios plus Warner Brothers Studio Tour haul at the same time, when I'm hyperfixating on Universal Studios hauls, my brain is like, no, I don't want to see that Warner Brothers stuff. So, like, you know, that's why I'm separating them. I don't know if it makes sense logically, but makes sense in my brain. Sorry if you can hear that noise. That's my cat, by the way. I peeled the price tag off this, and I tried to throw it in my garbage can. I missed my garbage can, and now she thinks it's a toy. So I gotta find a good place to put this, because I don't want her messing with this. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. I try and upload a video at least once a week, so stick around for my next video, which will most likely be out next week. I'll see all of you in my next video. Until next time, goodbye.